Hey friends, thanks for coming back to the channel. It's Jay Rye.
I'm Coco.
And today we are taking you on a tour of the Marriott Los Suenos, and we're telling you the top 3 reasons to visit this resort. We do lots of traveling and lots of reviews, and we like to get right to it and tell you why you should come to this place. And so let's get started right now with Costa Rica, Los Suenos, the Marriott Resort, and the top 3 reasons why you should visit. Here's number 3. And the number 3 reason to visit the Marriott Los Suenos in Costa Rica is the location. So this hotel is gorgeous on its own, but let's talk about where they placed it. It's right on the beach, and it is an absolute gorgeous area that is surrounded by jungle-covered hills. So even as we're looking out our window right now doing this episode, we see nothing but lush, gorgeous hillsides.
Yes, and nice homes.
Yeah, it's like a whole luxury community. So this resort is here, the Marriott Los Suenos. Right next door is another resort that's pretty similar, actually. It's called the Los Suenos Resort. I wonder how they came up with that one. And there's a lot of, luxury homes in the areas as well.
Those other Los Suenos ones aren't part of Marriott?
No, none of it is connected other than they're in the same area.
Oh, I thought maybe they were.
No, because if it was still a Marriott property, it would have been branded as such. Now, to clarify, there is a Marriott Vacation Club, but that is connected to this hotel, and that's their timeshare division of Marriott. So the area has this gorgeous upscale environment, and then what comes with gorgeous upscale environment? There's a marina here. So just to the side of the hotel is this large capacity marina. So I would say this marina is holding probably like 75 boats. It's probably 60 of them in the water and then another dozen or more that are in dry dock above. It's pretty large for an area that doesn't seem that big. Like, this is not a huge city we're in.
Right.
And surrounding the marina also is this gorgeous place called Sunset Point. And it's a little beach off just past the marina that is also gorgeous. It's actually a better beach than the beach that's right in front of the hotel.
Yes, I really liked it because it's beachy, but then it's also jungly at the same time.
It literally is a place that'd be perfect to film a movie.
It's right. Oh yeah, like maybe Lost could have been filmed there. So.
Lost the reunion. I think they should film it right here. It's jungle all the way down the hillside, right to the water, and it's just stunning. The other thing that happens with Costa Rica, because you have amazing topography like this, is that waterfalls just come out of nowhere because the water pours, in the lush areas. It rains, all the time. And so the water's got to go somewhere, so it makes waterfalls and it comes down and then it comes into the beach.
And it looks beautiful and it looks great.
So gorgeous, yeah. So that's a really cool thing about the location of where they put this Marriott Los Suenos. I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. You're surrounded by rivers on either side of the resort. And at the moment, because it is so rainy, one of the 2 rivers is very dirty because it's a lot of runoff.
Mud.
And so it's making the ocean, a bit dirty at the moment too. So you do want to be careful of what season you're coming to this resort, especially if you want to go in the water at the ocean, because no one is going in the water right now.
Yeah, I've probably seen a family of locals out at the water
Yes.
that first day that we got here. But since, we haven't been to the ocean or to the close to shore, but I'm pretty sure nobody's been going there.
Yeah, no one's going in the ocean
because like Jason said, the water looks, well, the first day especially, it looked really brown, and it was because of all of the mud that just kept getting washed up to the ocean from all of the rain.
Yeah. So it's a seasonal thing, but again, if you want to, come to this resort for the beach, there might be better resorts than that. But as far as the location, right, it's the marina. It's the golf, too. Like, there's an 18-hole golf course that goes around this hotel up into the little jungle hills around us as well. I'm not a big golfer, but there are a lot of people when we're out on our morning walks that are already ready to tee off at 6 in the morning.
Yes, they're always, we always catch them setting up. We're always the first ones out, but when we're coming back in, they're like getting in the carts, getting their clubs. Is that what they're called? Their clubs ready?
Their clubs, yes, that's what they're called. You got it.
Yay.
The golf carts, the clubs, yes. And interesting thing about this golf course too, it's there's a lot of interesting hazards where you're actually golfing over the river that we just talked about, and we'll show you here. And the markers for the golf tees, the different levels of golf tees, are little iguanas. It's called the iguana golf course, of course, because there's a million iguanas around here naturally. But it's a cute little touch. So you've got the golf, you've got the rivers, you've got the luxury homes, you've got the beach sometimes, you've got the marina. The other thing that we didn't talk about yet is the village that's also right here too, that's attached to the marina. So you go to the marina, it's mostly sports fishing, so it's really big fishing boats that are over there, lots of them. And then you have the village where there's an ice cream shop and there's lots of restaurants.
Sushi restaurants.
Clothing store. There's even a tiny Crate and Barrel over there, which I think is
smallest Crate and Barrel that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think it's just, supporting the luxury homes that are here,
Yeah,
so
probably.
it's small. There's a little, grocery type store / deli over here as well, which is called Jimmy T's Provisions. And we went in there, spent $30 on chips and water. It was a good day. But
yeah, everything was so expensive. I think we bought a water bottle and like 2 bags of chips. And what else did we get?
Cookies and hot sauce.
Cookies, hot sauce, and some peanuts.
Yeah.
And the total was like $30. Of course, all import prices, I'm sure these items had.
That's what we got for buying American products in Costa Rica.
But I really wanted Lay's chips, and whatever baby wants, baby gets.
True story. But the point of all of that is that here, if you come to this location, there's a lot else going on besides the hotel. And that is the number 3 reason to stay at the Marriott Los Suenos, Costa Rica. Now, let's get to number 2. And the number 2 reason to stay at the Marriott Los Suenos Resort in Costa Rica is
the awesome service.
The service. Yeah, I mean, you expect good service when you are traveling, but I have to say this resort is even better than I expected.
Yeah, everybody's been friendly here, and I'm not sure if it's because, I'm pregnant. But, I mean, the people here, really make it a point to remember you and take great care of you.
True story. When we were staying at, smaller resorts like Amor and in Fortuna, I remember staying at the AC in San Jose, those were smaller places. And so you got to know people's names because it was so small.
And because there's not a lot of staff.
Yes. So here at Los Suenos, this is a very big resort. So
huge.
Yeah, we're not able to get everybody on a first name basis like we did at the smaller resorts, but it's not causing a difference in service. We're still getting fantastic service, even though it continues to be different people on a daily basis.
Yes, I agree. What really stood out to me the most is day 1, when we first got here, we went straight to one of the restaurants here because we couldn't check in yet.
The Ocho Bar.
Yes, we were, I believe, 2 hours early. Anyways, the guy came over and he asked if we wanted anything to drink. And we said yes. And I asked for the agua frescas options, what they had to offer, and right away he was like, oh, I can make you he went through all the list of flavors, and
if you don't know what that is too, that's like a fruit flavored water, but it's natural. It's basically the fruit and its juice, not like American juice with all sorts of junk put in it. It's just
sugar.
Pure juice from the fruit, and they're delicious.
I mean, they have that, but because
they
he
have the
saw,
junky stuff too. Yeah,
they have that. But because he saw that I was pregnant, and I didn't even notice him noticing me, you know, in my belly. He was like, I can make you a really delicious agua fresca, a strawberry agua fresca, no sugar, you know, and I'll use, you know, all natural strawberries. It won't even be the syrup stuff that we have. And I really thought, wow, this is amazing. Sounds like it reminded me of when my mom used to make aguas frescas. So yeah, he brought it over, and it was the best strawberry agua fresca I've ever had.
Really delicious. I've been loving the watermelon ones, the sandia.
That's really
agua
good too.
fresca, and it's been so good. I've ordered it many days. We've been here a week, and so we've really had a chance to see all sides of the resort. What happens when they're overwhelmed? What happens when it starts raining? What happens when the pool is too crowded? You know, any of those kind of things. Nothing has caused bad service. Like,
no.
Nothing. The only issue we've had, which is our own doing, is that we can't quite get the house cleaning on the right schedule because we're working. And so we can't have them come
in the morning time because Jason's on air.
Right, so we can't, I need it quiet. And
sometimes when I'm working, I can't, you know, especially on Wednesdays when I have my calls, like I can't have anybody else in here. Jason's usually working out during that time, but the cleaning lady tries to come in during that time, like I can't.
Right, so again, it's no fault of their own. And every day, believe me, the room got cleaned, but we couldn't quite get the schedule right. And they were so nice about it too. You know, they took care of everything
call them up,
we needed.
Dial 0, and we called them one day, and they were quick to send someone over.
True.
Very quick.
I think that we also, so we talked about the Ocho Bar, which is, you know, just off of the lobby. And then another place that we spent a lot of time was the Zoe restaurant. And this is the pool restaurant / pool bar. And, you know, we spent a lot of time there because when we would get off work, finally, you know, we would go down there, try and catch some sun, you know, get some refreshment in the water. And, you know, we had 2 surfers there a lot. Both of them were named Luis. And they were so great. Like, they took great care of us. You know, they moved because there's still quarantine time a little bit. So they helped move seating around for us, you know, when we wanted to, you know, sit there. Quick, funny, helpful, you know, made great suggestions on the food. You know, for being, again, an American Marriott hotel, the food selections here have been great. Like, we found ways to eat healthy, ways to be awful, and it's like it's all been available. But the thing specifically about the service though is just I love it's the Costa Rican nature, but the smiling and just like the happiness of like taking care of people. Exactly.
And you know, sometimes like back at home, you can tell sometimes when a server is stressed out, having a bad day. Here you can't tell at all.
No.
I mean, they are very always happy to do things for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, traveling is expensive. And so, you know, we're not struggling, but like I always try and keep an eye on the prices. And I will say that the service also, that they're very fair. So like when we get up in the morning and we go eat breakfast, we got to hurry. We're on a time schedule. We got to go because we got to get back, you know, up to our room so that we can work. So sometimes like we're just eating a little bit of food at breakfast, or they have a giant buffet, but we want this part and that part and not the whole thing. And every time they were really fair with what they charged us. Like I was worried that we were going to end up paying $24, you know, for the buffet, but we just had a croissant and a bowl of fruit. But no, they always were very conscious to what we needed, and they priced it fairly. And I was really, really happy about that.
Yes, and their buffet, I think I never had the buffet because I feel like I never eat enough.
Right.
To make it worth it, but Jason did, and we did a little walkthrough of it, and everything looked really delicious.
It was really good. I had the buffet one day, and then we would start piecing off different things of food from it. Like you would get the waffle, several days, which is in the buffet. But all in all, like we said, the service here at Marriott Los Sueños in Costa Rica has been fantastic. Even every time I walk out the hotel to go to the gym, which is just in the front courtyard, they still remember my name. They still say hello. Super friendly, and I love it. It puts a smile on my face for sure. So thank you, Marriott, for having excellent service. Now, let's get to the number one reason to stay at the Marriott Los Sueños in Costa Rica. And the number one reason to stay at the Marriott Los Sueños in Costa Rica is the layout. This hotel's layout is really large and really complete. Marriott has a habit of making some of these mega resorts that are very big and you have a lot of space to get lost in them. They attract a lot of people and they have a great way to take care of a lot of people. Let's start with the pool. This pool is massive and it runs into itself. It has a general circular pattern. It has little bridges that go over, each different section. Tons of sections to sit, to get sun, jump in the water.
You can also grab a floaty.
Yes.
One of those donut floaties.
They had a lot of donut floaties here. I guess donuts were their favorite type of floaty to get. But
yeah, it can almost be like a lazy river, but you have to guide yourself because water ain't flowing.
It doesn't send you around like a lazy river, but it does have a circular feel to it. Everywhere you turn, you're seeing another part of water, different sections where families can be in, lots of umbrellas. And it's massive. They really spent a lot of time and a lot of real estate on the pool.
Yeah, and the water I love because it's not hot and it's not cold. I hate cold pool water. It's lukewarm and it feels amazing.
Depends on the day because we've been down there in some really hot days too, and the water was
It feels the best on the hot days.
No, the water was too warm for me.
What?
It was uncomfortably warm. Yeah, I mean it's not a complaint, but I'm just saying if it's hot, I want to get in and be cooled off. I don't want to be warmed up more.
It was perfect for me.
Right. Well, your temperature changes every 5 seconds. 1 minute you're freezing, 1 minute you're hot. Pregnancy temperature keeps going off the chart. But
it's true.
It's true. And then this place also has a second pool. Technically, it's not for Los Sueños, but because of the Marriott Vacation Club, and that pool just around the corner, it's rectangular. It's very standard looking, but also very nice. And so I think that, they really did a great job. Everything is lush. Everywhere you turn, it's just gorgeous. Beautiful plantings. Big, long, grassy areas that, the kids can run around. And, speaking of kids, they have a kids club, too, which a lot of hotels don't do.
Yeah, my cousins would love this place because they could just drop off their kids at this kids club place.
Yeah.
And then, they probably do have some sort of daycare thing or something where they keep them busy or something. Because I remember seeing
there's a lot
people in there doing arts and crafts.
Yeah. I don't know if they are actually quote unquote babysitting, but
probably not.
Yeah, the clubhouse, there's a lot going on there. They have foosball. They have
mini golf.
They have mini golf. Well, okay, yeah, let's talk about the mini golf. So look at this. They built their own golf holes and they actually, they've got this wave, they've got surfboards, they made their own little hazards in there. And the thing that I thought was so cute about it, look at these signs. These signs are made for little kids to encourage them to keep trying as if the holes are hard. So it's like a self-esteem mini golf course too. It's funny.
Yeah, and they also have a little playground.
Right, so there is a playground, there for kids as well. They've got the ping pong, like I said. And inside, it's cool too because, they've got air conditioning there for the kids too. So if it's too hot, they go inside and, they've got other activities going on in there, which is neat. There's a volleyball net here as well. I think because this resort...
Soccer nets.
Yes, that's right. There's a whole soccer field here as well. Of course, Costa Rica, soccer is the #1 sport. So I think also because this resort is built right next to the vacation club, timeshare, that's why there's a lot of activities that are shared. And so it's great because if you come to this hotel, you get some of the benefits that they built for the, family style resort of the timeshare as well, which is really cool. I personally spent a lot of time in the gym. I was in the gym every day. Now, this gym is not the best gym that I've been in. There's a lot of equipment, which is great, but they're a little tightly put together, and the room didn't have great circulation. Minor details, but just giving you the honest review of it. They did stagger the times that you could be in the gym based off of, COVID, separation. And so I don't know, sometimes I was in there alone, sometimes there were 4 people in there, so it wasn't a lot of policing on how it was being done, and if I felt uncomfortable, then that's fine, I just left, it's no big deal. But it did have most everything that I wanted in the gym. So as far as being able to get in there and get my lifting on a daily basis, check, got it done. It was great.
I didn't spend any time at the gym.
You didn't join me once in the gym this time. That's true. That's true.
No, it's because you were going during my work hours.
Well, that too, yeah. I wanted to get it done so we could spend our time together. And that does remind me, actually, when we were sitting out together at the pool one time, we'd seen lots of decorations, of the red, white, and blue, like the Costa Rican flag, because it was their 200th anniversary. It was their bicentennial while we were here. So there were decorations around the hotel. But then we heard this music come from afar, and I'm looking and I'm seeing these dancers and I'm seeing these big figures come across the property. And there was this entire show that we didn't even know was going to happen. And so obviously the bicentennial was a really big deal. And I was really excited that Marriott decided to join in and decided to celebrate as well. There are parts of the hotel, obviously, that are very American, and it doesn't always feel Costa Rican, but here was this giant tradition that was happening, right there in front of us. And watch and listen to this for just a little bit here. It was so cool. I will say also that the thing that's really cool about this resort, because it's so spread out, everywhere you turn, there's just something else going on. So you've got restaurants spread out, you have activities spread out, all of the water, with the pool and everything. It feels like luxury, it looks like luxury, and it is, the big flowing lobby with tons of space to sit, getting, acquainted with the resort, with your family, waiting for check-in, coming off to the side. There's a huge patio. You've got these, little waterfalls coming out the top of the, or coming out the side of the building, which, drop into the pool as well. It's just really beautifully designed and it feels fun.
Yeah, I really like the design and the feel. It's like an hacienda vibe here. And it reminded me of Mexico, where my dad's from. Like every time I walk down the halls or anywhere in the resort, I'm like, oh, I really like this, and this would look really nice at my grandma's house.
Yeah, and I mean, even speaking of that, I mean, the room is filled with Spanish tile.
Yeah.
So it definitely has that feel. I mean,
Spanish vibes.
our room, has a hammock in it too, like inside the room, which was pretty funny. It was really funny when Coco tried to jump in it and forgot her balance is a little different these days. But we saved baby and we saved Coco, so all was good. But Marriott Los Suenos in Costa Rica, yes, you made an absolutely gorgeous resort with fantastic layout, and that was the number one reason that we tell you, come on over and give this place a shot.
Yes, this place is definitely family friendly. If you're here by yourself, or that's fine too. If you want to come with your significant other, it's fine too. It's been very chill, like the vibe. I'm not sure if it's because it's off season right now, and things are slowed down a bit, like with people traveling.
There's still plenty of people here, though, for supposedly being off season.
Yes, but I'm saying, like, if you want to come to Costa Rica and stay at this resort and expect it to be a big party place, I don't think that's like.
There's some people trying to make it a party place,
yes.
But yeah, they're on their own.
We're pregnant, so we're just trying to chill.
Yeah,
and that's what we've been doing.
Different vibes,
and
for sure.
I've loved it.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. And so, yes, thank you guys so much for watching. We've just given you the top 3 reasons to visit the Los Suenos Marriott Resort here in Costa Rica. Thank you so much for watching. It's J. Rye.
And Coco.
And we really appreciate you watching the channel. Like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, and we'll see you right here next time on J. Rye World. Thanks, everybody.